Hi friends, welcome to Laravel. Today I am going to install Laravel framework on DigitalOcean, and these are the steps to install Laravel framework on DigitalOcean. And step 1 is log into DigitalOcean. Simply go to digitalocean.com and click on login button. If you don't have an account, simply sign up and log into your account. I am going to log in, and yes, I got logged in. And step 2 is create a new DigitalOcean droplet. To do so, go to droplets menu, and as you can see I don't have any droplets, and I am going to create my first droplet. Click on this button, create droplet button, and then choose an image. Select one click apps link, then lamp on 16.04. then I am going to select my size. I am going to select a droplet with 1 GB RAM. That's enough for now. Then I got selected a region, data center region. Then that's all. Then click on create button. Yeah, it's being created. As you can see, it's loading. Yes, the processing is completed and I got one droplet. The next step is log into DigitalOcean server. When I create a droplet, I receive one mail on my inbox, and this mail contains all the details to log into your server instance. As I am on Windows machine, I will be using putty to log into my droplet. I open my putty, then copy IP address, then click on open, then login as root. Then I am simply going to copy this password and paste it here. It's asking for the password one more time, then it's asking for me to enter a new password. I am simply typing my new password. I have to confirm it. Yes, now I am logged into my server instance. Next step is to install Laravel framework, but before doing that we need to see what our server have right now. Simply copy your IP address and go to your browser and paste it and click enter, and you can see one page here, and this is the default droplet page. And you may be wondering from where this page is coming. We can look at the server. This is, I am already logged in, and I am going to where www folder, and you can see there is a folder named HTML inside where www folder, and if you open that folder you can see some files. As you can see, it has two files, and this is the default page, and this is the page we are seeing right now. And we can also see one more file, that is info.php. Let's try that file. Yes, it's loaded, and it's simply showing the PHP configuration. It has PHP 7.0. Okay, let's try to install Laravel framework. Before installing Laravel framework in our server, we need to install Composer in our server. To install, simply execute this command, apt install composer. When installation completed, simply type composer. Yes, it's working. We have composer in our server. As you can see, we have PHP version 7.0, and our server is Ubuntu, and we are using Ubuntu 16.04. And in order to install Laravel, we need to have some PHP packages installed in the server, and these are the packages we need to install. These are the first one is I am going to install zip and unzip. Simply copy this command, type Y, I will put all these commands in the description field. Yeah, it's success. Then I am going to install php-mbstring. Actually, these packages are required by Laravel. We need to install this package to install Laravel in the server. The next one is php-xml. Yes, we installed all the PHP packages. Next we are going to install Laravel. We will be installing using composer command, and to get the command simply search Laravel framework on the browser, and you will go to Laravel website and go to documentation, installing Laravel, and please make sure you selected Laravel 5.5. Then scroll down, you will see a composer command to install Laravel. Just copy this command. We are going to install Laravel framework on web root, but we are on the HTML folder, so simply go back. Now we are on the web root, and simply paste the command. Yes, this is a command, and this is a composer command, and it simply says create a Laravel framework project with the name blog and use the latest code in the 5.5 branch. I simply pressed the enter, and it's being installed, and as you can see, it's installing 5.5.28. It may take some time. Yes, it's being installed. Yes, now you successfully installed Laravel framework on the DigitalOcean Droplet. Simply see what we have. Now we have two folders, blog and HTML. Next we are going to load Laravel framework project on browser. Before doing that, we need to see what we have inside the project folder. So we are going to open the project folder and see what we have inside. These are the files inside the project, and in order to run the project, we need to have a .env file inside the project root. That's the environment configuration file, and right now we don't have that file, but we can make that file from this .env.xml file. We simply need to copy .env.xml file as .env file. I am going to do that. So I am executing the copy command. So I am simply going to copy .env.xml file as .env file. As you can see, now we have .env file. After creating the .env file, we need to generate a key for the project. In order to generate the key, you have to execute one command, and that command is php artisan key generate. Simply execute this command, and application key, and this is the key, set successfully. We completed step 4, and next step is to set folder permissions. As you can see, these are the Laravel project folders, and Laravel need write permission to this storage folder and cache folder inside this bootstrap folder. So I am going to give write permission to Apache user by executing these commands. So I am just copying these commands, and I will be putting these commands in the description field. So I execute the first command, and I executed the second command. Now we set the required permission. So step number 5 is completed. Now if we try our server, it's simply showing the previous page. It's not showing the Laravel project. Do you know why? Because when we send a request, the Apache is loading files from its default web root. Now the current default web root is set to file to this HTML folder. See, we have two folders. One is blog and another one is HTML. When we send a request, Apache is simply loading files from this HTML folder, and these are the files in the HTML folder, and it's simply showing the index.html. So we need to change Apache's configuration file, so that when we send a request to this server, Apache needs to show files from blog folder, exactly from the public folder. As you know, cd blog, we have a public folder here, and we need to load file we need to execute the index.php inside the public folder. Yes, we have this index.php, and we need to run this index.php when we send a request to this IP address. That's what we are going to do, and that's the final step. Apache document configuration file is located here, and I am simply going to update it. So first I am opening it. Simply execute the nano command, and this is the configuration file. As you can see, it's loading files from the HTML folder. So as you can see, if you send a request, it's loading the index.html from this HTML folder. So we are going to change it. I am going to change to blog public. You also need to change the directory. It's also set to HTML. So as you can see, I changed the document root. Now it's pointing to www blog public folder, and now when we execute or when we send a request to this IP, it should load the index.php file inside this blog public folder. So I am going to save it. Yes. Then before checking, we need to restart the Apache. So I am going to restart Apache. Yes, it's restarted, and I am going to send a request. Yes, we got Laravel. Now it's loading this index.php from the public folder, public ls. Now this index.php is being loaded when I send a request to this IP address.